How many dreams have died because someone are waiting for the perfect time, the perfect job, the perfect body, the perfect amount of money, the perfect Monday. The truth is, the perfect time never comes. So, if you are waiting until you feel ready, you'll spend your whole life watching other people live like you wanted. 1. Fear disguises itself as preparation. So this is something a lot of people, really need to hear this kind of information because we tell ourselves, we preparing to start, I'll start next month, I'll start tomorrow, I'll start next week, I'll start when I lose a little weight, I'll start, when I buy some equipment. Sometimes, we're not preparing. Sometimes all we do is hiding behind preparation because we are afraid to fail, afraid to take a chance on ourselves, basically. This is not about lifting weights. This could be towards pertaining towards anything that you want to do in your life. So that leads us to topic number 2. Your first attempt is supposed to be bad. Since when we need permission to become beginners in something, think about your first job. Think about your first job interview. Think about now going for your driver's license. What really drive it to keep going back? So, with this being said, nobody first video will be amazing. Nobody first workout is perfect. Nobody first business makes millions. You know, why would we expect ourselves to be experts? Why now beginning at something that is totally impossible? You know, if you look back at my first videos, it's just trust the process with me when I started, and I'm trying to get better at it. Every step of the way, I'm learning, you know. So, with that being said, let's go into topic number 3. Action creates confidence, and this for me is one of the biggest mindset shifts. Because most people think you need confidence come first. It doesn't. Action comes first. The confident follows you. So you don't need to become confident before going to the gym. You don't need to become confident before starting a business. You become confident because you kept going. The will to keep going that make you become confident. So, with that being said, let's go on to topic number 4. Nobody is watching as much as you think. Let me say that again, because this play a big role in plenty people not starting to what they actually want to do in life. Nobody is watching as much as you think. Why? People more worry about themselves. People more worry about themselves. So don't worry about being judged. Don't worry about being judged. Stop worrying about what people think and worry about what God put in your head to start. So don't let the imaginary opinions stop real progress in your life. Topic number 5. Progress is built in imperfect days. Ooh, sometimes we get up in the morning, we don't feel like doing anything. We don't feel like doing anything. Some days they'll be superb. We wake up, yeah, energy. We feel real good. And next day might just be average. Some days, we don't feel like even moving, come off the couch, come off the bed, even cooking. You might just make sandwich and, you know, and that's it. But one thing about this, the average days matters as much as the perfect days because consistency is built on an ordinary day as well. That's what keeps us moving. That's what keeps us moving. That's build more confidence for us. When you know that we're not feeling to do something and then we still do it, we give ourselves a pat on the back. We like, yesterday I was really not feeling to exercise. I wasn't feeling to go to work. I wasn't feeling to go for that job. I promised myself I wasn't feeling to fulfill my schedule. And he actually did it. And he was like, yeah, give yourself a pat on the back. 1% every day. And you achieve a goal and you keep going. Topic number 6. Start small. Do not overwhelm yourself and trying to start big. Don't try to compete with people who've been doing this for 5 years plus. No. You have your vision, you have your goal, and you have your mission. Start small. You don't have to chase you don't have to change your whole life today. Just start to begin with. One walk, read one page, write one page, one healthy meal, one workout at a time. Begin with one conversation. Because, as I said previously in the video, small actions repeated every day becomes a completely different life. It makes you have a completely different life. With that being said, topic number 7, your future self. And I'll add to this a little more. Your future self depends on you. This will create a little emotion, because looking back, which I don't really like to ponder in the past, looking back from where you was and where it is now, it's a big difference. So imagine meeting yourself 1 year later from today. Which version would you rather? The one who kept waiting? Tell me. Or the one who started even though they were scared? And that's the main thing that drives us from not starting: fear and being scared. I read something like some weeks ago. It says the Bible, I want to be sure that I'm correct. If I'm not correct, tell me in the comments. The Bible says, do not fear 365 times in the Bible. Let I go over ahead. Do not fear, start. Don't afraid to start. So that being said, guys, if you're waiting for permission, this video is it. Start before you're ready. You'll figure things out along the way. Your future isn't waiting for perfection. It's waiting for your first step. That's all. It's waiting for your first step. So guys, I want to thank you for tuning in. Before you do anything, before you train, before you stick to all the routine, one thing you want to make sure is that you train our mind, because our mind is the only thing that we have control over. That's the only thing we have control over. So that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.